In this video, I want to give you an informal introduction to limits. We're going to start by considering the function f of x equals x cubed minus 1 over x minus 1. The behavior of this function near x equals 1 is a little bit unclear, because if we look at f of 1, we can see that we're going to end up with 0 over 0, which is indeterminate. Now, indeterminate means it cannot be determined, which is of course different from undefined. It would be undefined if I had any other non-zero constant divided by 0, but we don't have that in this case. So what we want to try to do is to determine the behavior of the function as we get close to the value x equals 1. So in order to do this, I've made up a table of values you can see here for different values of x. On the left-hand side, I'm getting closer and closer to 1 from less than 1. And on the right-hand side, I'm getting closer and closer to 1 from values that are greater than 1. So what we want to do is we want to see what the value of the function is as we get closer and closer to 1. So I've already put the numbers in here, and I'm just going to reveal them to you as we go. So when x is equal to 0.75, the function value is 2.313. Then when x is equal to 0.9, we can see that the function value is 2.710. As we get a little bit closer and let x equal 0.99, we can see that the function value is 2.970. So it's changing a little less than it did previously. And as we get really close, 0.999 for x, the function value is 2.997. So we still don't know what's going on when x is equal to 1, but we can get a pretty good guess. Now we're going to also look at the values from the other side. So we're going to start with the 1.25, which is furthest away from 1 of these numbers, and we'll see that the function has a value of 3.813. As we get a little closer, 1.1, we have 3.310. We get a little bit closer to 1, we have 3.030. And then finally, when we get even closer to 1, we have 3.003. So by now, by observing what the function values approach, as we get closer and closer to 1, you can probably guess the behavior of the function. It appears to be approaching the value 3. So 3 is what we would call the limit of the function as x approaches 1. So our informal definition of limits is going to be given by this. If f of x becomes arbitrarily close to some number L, as x approaches c from either side, L is said to be the limit of f of x as x approaches c. And the notation that we use for that is this. This is read the limit of f of x as x approaches c is equal to L. So in our example, we would have the limit as x approaches 1 of the function x cubed minus 1 over x minus 1 is equal to 3.